And we welcome you to another edition of the Voluntary Reaction here on Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith with you. Got Bear and Walker with me here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. And Davey Hudson of Outkick joining via the magic of the interwebs. Tennessee melts down today at home and drops it to Kentucky 80-78. Gentlemen, I had a colonoscopy yesterday and they didn't give me enough anesthesia. And so I was basically awake. And those 30 minutes of them rooting around in my asshole with a big old telescope or whatever was not anywhere as painful as what I just witnessed.
I mean, we completely shit the bed, Russ. Mrs., you gotta go burn the mattress on this one. You gotta go mattress shopping. That's how bad we shit the bed.
I mean, the thing about it is, Dave, if the SEC is a bear this year like it always is, and if you just hold serve at home, you win your home games, you beat the Texas, the A&Ms, the Kentuckys of the world at home, you can stomach the loss to Florida a week ago, right? You could stomach the loss to Arkansas 2 weeks ago, and you could probably stomach a loss at Alabama a week from tonight. But when you drop this one at home, you blow a 17-point lead at home. This one has the chance to be season defining. I mean, this is a really bad loss for Tennessee.
I couldn't agree more. Got the same audio problems we did last week. I got to take my headphones off. So you led for 99% of the game. And then you just blow it late. Jacoby, terrible turnover there. You have the foul at the end. And we're 0-3 on Saturdays. Every single voluntary reaction we've lost. This is not fun. I do not enjoy this. I don't know what to say. I mean, if had you won today, you're only, no matter what happens for the outcomes of the rest of the SEC, you're one game back from first place.
Jalen Carey today, he goes 3 of 12 from the field after we put him in the starting lineup, and the most fight he shows is after the whistle, after the final buzzer there.
I mean, you said it, Russ. Would we have been better off with Brown in there?
No, I was saying that from a rebounding perspective when they were shooting free throws late, because Jalen Carey, I think I have more vertical leap than he does, and he just can't get off the ground. So, like, I don't think Dwayne Brown would have made a difference in there on offense at the end, no. But I think what Jalen Carey did is at the end of the game is soft. It's Bush League. And it's not up to the standards of our you lost the game, man. Hang your head in shame. Go shake hands and get in the locker room and go back to work, man. I hate it when our team fights after the final whistle. We look like a bunch of bitches when we did it at Florida, when Kamala Ben Hadden and those guys did it at Florida in 2023, and we look like a bunch of bitches today. And Rick Barnes doesn't run a program of bitches, man. It's just I don't like fighting. Like, you don't fight anyway on a basketball court, but after you lose, after you went 3 of 12 from the field, you blew a 17-point lead. Yeah, they're going to talk to you. Like, that's on you. Get better. Like, don't fight after the game. You look like a bunch of pussies. They're laughing. They're laughing at you right now in their locker room, and it's deserved because your performance today was laughable.
I blame Rick for, again, how he handles when a guy has 2 fouls in the first half. You go back to when things fell apart last week against the Gators, everything went south at the under 4 mark. You take Bishop Boswell and Jacoby Gillespie out at the under 4 in the first half, and then your offense stalls. They never
really got turned back on either.
And the turnovers.
This free throw,
the turnovers. Kentucky couldn't not turn the ball over in the first half, I believe it was like 8-2 on turnovers. It ends up being 12-9. We turned the ball over more than they did.
Yeah.
We couldn't not turn the ball over. The one by Gillespie at the end where he's just telegraphing it to Ament and just floats it out there to the wings, just pathetic. He's done that numerous times. I know he has 24 points, but the 4 turnovers from your senior point guard cost you the game. That's just pathetic, man. Just pathetic.
What was the free throw line? The final stats on that? I mean, he had 2 critical misses.
We were 20 for 29 at the line. 69%.
Did we get the echo fixed, Davey?
Yes.
Yeah, it's fixed.
Yep.
Sorry about that. All right, let's this should be pleasant.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's going to be an afternoon.
865-966-3435, your phone number. You can call or text to the show today, 966-3435. And let's start with Magic Mike,
Good
who
Lord.
I believe was at the game today. What's up, Mike?
Hey, guys.
What's up, man?
Well, you said it right. That's totally unacceptable. This might be, I don't count his first 2 teams because they just were awful talent-wise from the previous staff, but this might be Barnes' worst team since he's been here. Just no discipline. They're soft, can't make free throws, turn the ball over, can't rebound. That's not a good formula, is it?
No, that usually adds up to a couple of L's.
Well, I mean, Mike, I'm assuming you went to the game.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah,
and I'll say
they said a really crazy stat. I still can't believe it. Well, it's changed today, but going into today, I think under Barnes, in the Barnes era at Thompson Bowling, we were 101 when leading at halftime.
Wow.
The only one was Kentucky last year. So now he's 102 at home.
You just can't. You can't get up 17 at home against that dog shit team and have them come back and beat you. And I'm done with Jalen Carey. I said this when he was at Vanderbilt last year. He's a fake tough guy. He's the biggest pussy in college basketball. He's a fake Draymond Green. You know, if you want to talk shit, make your fucking layups, kid. You know, body somebody at the rim and dunk the damn ball instead of pussyfooting around and laying it off the rim like a little bitch.
I don't know that he can dunk. Like when he got that play in the,
I think he sucks.
He had a play down early in the second half where he got the ball down low and like tried to. I don't know if he jumped it. Like I don't know if he can get off the ground, which is a shame. Like if he had any athletic ability at all, he'd probably be a future pro. But he's landlocked. Like he cannot get off the floor.
He's not going to be able to go up against teams like Vanderbilt or not Vanderbilt, but Florida. And you look at this Kentucky team. I mean, those are long teams. They got a lot of length. Like he cannot effectively work well whenever he's on the block against somebody that much bigger than him.
Well, and Byington told him to hit the bricks at Vandy because he tried to fight him, which is probably the smartest thing he could have done. And we took on their damaged goods.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Rick does about that because, I mean, I know we had the fist balled up incident at Memphis a couple of years ago, but like none of our guys were like through it. Like he went up there and shoved that kid, and it looked like he was ripping at his jersey or something. I mean, I don't know. Are we hot-headed right now in the fog of defeat, or because like, I feel like you got to do something, right? If it's taking his starting, do you suspend him?
I think it's something that's been building with him. It's something that I have seen, especially in our losses. You know, they trusted him at Syracuse to get him the ball with the clock winding down, and you know he misses 2 shots right at the rim and can't get it done there, and that trend has continued all year. I mean, this just is what it is right now. This is a bubble team. Russ, I texted you. You know, they got the week off, and they're going to go to Alabama and Georgia and get it handed to them. We're going to be 2-5 in this league.
Yeah, this thing has the potential to spiral.
Yeah, and you got more losses coming. You still got to go to. They'll beat us at Rupp again. We're staring down unless something drastically changes. We're staring down a 500 or worse finish in this league, which I don't know. You know, the Houston win is really the only saving grace right now in terms of what could get us in the tournament.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're looking. 8, 9, 10 seed, something like that. If this continues,
Yeah,
it's
ridiculous.
All right, Mike, hang in there, buddy. Drive careful.
All right, fellas. Thanks.
People, listen. Why do you let callers take shots, personal shots at players like that? Why do you let them call names and things like that? It's professional basketball now. That guy didn't transfer here for free. He's getting paid to play basketball. They don't go to class. They're not student athletes.
Yeah, I mean, he's not.
They've got AI. Like, these guys aren't in school. They are professional basketball players. They're professional football players. So when you don't deliver, when these guys are getting paid big money and fans are paying ever increasing exorbitant costs to go to these games, guess what? You get criticized. When you act like a bitch after the game, you get called a bitch by the fans. You're not a kid. He's a grown man getting paid to do a job.
No, I mean, he didn't come here to go to because he wanted to get his degree from Tennessee.
Ugh, man. Jalen Carey, this guy, 3 of 12 from the field, wants to start throwing hands after the game.
I mean, Kentucky was running their mouth, but you just got to swallow it at that point. Just walk off the damn floor.
Like Grant Williams did the Gator chomp to the crowd after we won. Yeah, you had an amazing comeback win against your arch rival. You're down 17. Talk your shit. What are we, 12 years old? Yeah. Do better, play better, win the game, and that won't happen. Fight about it afterwards. Anthony is next. Voluntary reaction continues. What's up, Anthony?
Well, here we are again, third Saturday in a row. Every game's a root canal, even the ones we win. Today we snatched the loss right out of the jaws of victory. And this one may be a season changer.
You could just see it coming, man. The lead just keeps shrinking. You know where it started? Davey, I'd be interested to get your thoughts on this. Tennessee's up 17. At one point, it's 41-24 with about 5 minutes to go in the game, and Gillespie picks up his second foul.
Mm-hmm.
Boswell's already on the bench. He picked up 2 fouls really quick. And so we played the last 5 minutes with our with like Abram. Berg was in there for a minute. Just all the backup guards, right? And our 17-point lead turns into an 11-point lead at the half. Why is Rick Barnes so dogmatic about the 2 foul thing?
Rick's mentality is to prolong the game as long as possible. And what I mean by that is don't put yourself in a situation where they could potentially pick up the third, and then once the second half gets here, you're having to play down a guy. But the problem with that is if it's a guy like Jacoby Gillespie, who is a transfer, it's his final year, he's played a lot of college ball. If you can't trust him in those moments, then you don't trust him enough to handle the situation whenever you really need it, which granted, I mean, I think Jacoby proved him right with those turnovers there at the end and the missed free throws. So maybe Barnes has a point there. But you look at this team, the amount of guard play you have as far as being able to knock down contested deep shots. If Gillespie's not hitting, nobody's hitting. It's just a poorly constructed team trying to work around the post in the modern era. It's just it's a recipe for disaster, and that just seems to be the case right now with where this team is.
Yeah, I put this one on Barnes. Gillespie was playing great too. I mean, before that point, it really just threw everything off. We talked about it at halftime. You know, I would take it a step further to what Davey said. Rick Barnes is really just he's not a foot to your throat kind of coach. You know, and we do this. We've always done this. We get a big lead in the first half, we'll start subbing guys out and putting other guys in, and we'll play 10 or 11 guys if we can in the first half just to try to keep everybody fresh for the second half. He just doesn't seem to value the foot to the throat, finish the team off early in the game kind of mentality. I don't know. I'm rooting for Barnes. I'm not going to get on here and bash him. I like the guy. I hope he makes the Final Four, but this team may send him into retirement.
Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate the phone call. Yeah, I mean, I'm not ready yet to declare this season a lost cause. Maybe I'm naive. It might be, but I like the core of young players, man. I like the freshmen and Boswell and some of these guys, some of these transfers we've taken in aren't worth a damn. And the Ament thing is what it is. Not working out, not to the tune of $3.2 million.
What do you end up with?
Whatever we paid him, but not enough to justify the paycheck. 17 points on 4 of 7 shooting, 8 of 9 from the line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists.
I feel like that's his third game in a row where he's delivered.
I'll say this isn't on him.
No. But the point that people are going to make, and it's a fair one, is when you're the highest paid player on the team and the highest paid player and one of the highest paid players in college basketball, still projected to be a lottery pick, that
18's not good enough.
Well, it's 17, and 17. They're going to want a little bit more than 4 of 7 from the field. They want a little more than 5 rebounds. The game's on the line. He gets pushed around, can't get a rebound. They had – Davey, do you remember the comment Billis said when there was a ball that went out of bounds and off us, and Kentucky retained it in the first half? And Billis said, that's going to go down as a team rebound for Kentucky. It's their first offensive rebound of the game. Is like with 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah,
they couldn't buy, like, we're dominating the boards, and then everything all that flipped in the second half. Completely. They dominated the boards, and they didn't turn the ball over, and we did.
Yeah, and as it relates to this Kentucky team, it's a talented team. I mean, it's the most expensive roster in college basketball. But as they've shown time and time again, they really struggle in the first half. They can't get things going early. And if you're a team like Tennessee, LSU, you allow them to stay in it and come back, like, it's going to bite you in the foot just with how those teams play. And LSU's not near as talented as Tennessee. No one's going to dispute that, but it's about the mindset, the mentality in which, you try to operate. And like, that's my biggest thing with Barnes is, like Anthony was talking about, where you have the opportunity to put your foot on their throat and put all your pressure on it. And Tennessee just lets up in those moments. That's what's like, you're never just going to outrun a team. Like, it's going to have to be a dogfight to the final whistle. And that's, or until the horn sounds. Sorry, I used a football euphemism there, but it's just, it's so frustrating to watch this team, because even when you're up 17, it's like, I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, yep, this is an easy win. We get to go into, which we haven't even talked about, an entire week off. Like, I think this is probably one of those games where you actually want to get back out on the court pretty quickly to get that taste out of your mouth. But now you get to sit for an entire week knowing you blew a game where you led for 99% of it to your arch rival on your home court. We're up south.
Can I do a real quick optimistic, pessimistic, realistic?
Oh, I don't know if I'm ready for that.
I'm just going to give you the pessimistic too. Have the glory days of Tennessee athletics in the Danny White era peaked?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is our basketball program reverting back to the mean? Have we lost the best baseball coach in school history, and he's never coming back?
Yes.
Has our football program peaked? We caught lightning in a bottle for a little bit, and now everybody's figured out our gimmick offense, and we're just sort of 7-5, 8-4 top football team.
I'm not there on the football team just yet. Baseball, obviously, losing Tony, like, yeah, you're never, I mean, that's not to say they might not ever win again, but as far as being the it program in college baseball, those days are done. With basketball, I mean, we shouldn't have the drop off like we do right now, but you knew losing Zakai, losing Meshack. I know a lot of people that did not want, like, Zakai to get that 5th year. They're like, you need something different. I'm telling you, man, like, the way that kid played, the style in which he was able to rally his teammates, that's something you need. And we don't have that right now. And it's very evident. And so, like you said, Russ, I like the young core we have. I mean, I thought Dwayne Brown played very well today. Mari Evans is going to be good. Troy Henderson didn't do a whole lot, but you've seen some spark there. So there's a good, solid core if you can keep them there. Granted, it's college sports in the year 2026. So a lot of that remains to be seen, but there is talent on this roster. But overall, the Danny White era has peaked everything together, but I still have some hope for football.
Texter says, Russ using the exact all caps argument I made against defending Gilbert to have a dig at Carey is peak criticism. If you show me where Max Gilbert started trying to fight Georgia players after he missed the field goal, then perhaps that would be a good analogy. Somebody else says, will this team help Rick Barnes make the decision to retire? He looks like he's having absolutely zero fun coaching this bunch. Another person says, tell Bear he smells. Bear, you smell. Another person says, at least we have our integrity, a $16 million surplus in the athletic department and an entertainment district. Thanks, douchebag Dan. That's not nice. People are so mad. I'm so mad, dude.
I don't know what the hell I did.
Kentucky. Would you lose? Would you give away? We did beat them in the Sweet 16 last year. Is that worth 3 losses or whatever it is now sandwiched around it?
Yeah, it's worth it. It sucks, but it's worth it.
Yeah. I'd take that trade. Is that a good deal? Damn good deal.
Let's get some random guy in here. What's that from, Walker?
Inglourious Bastards.
Ah.
Last scene in
well
Inglourious
done.
What is it?
It's Inglourious Bastards, the last
Sound
scene.
like a good deal? You take that deal?
It's a damn good deal.
What about you, Nunamaker?
It's a good deal.
You're going to want to take that fancy Nazi uniform off.
What's up, Rando?
Well, today was not a bingo, guys. Today was
Today was not a bingo.
I feel like I just went 12 rounds with the Bear Jew.
Yeah, he's not a goal.
Bear.
He won. He killed you.
We talked at halftime, and I said, we've had enough losses that I'm just going to stay happy and enjoy what we got and take the wins where we can get them, Russ, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're not taking this one.
No, man. No. This is a major disappointment.
Yeah, some other people have hit on it, and some of the texters have hit on it. Barnes does not look like he's having fun. And look, he's 72, 73 years old. Go enjoy your retirement, Rick. Just go to the Hall of Fame and make
Be
Danny
careful,
earn his
Rando.
money.
Be careful. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it.
Hey, I appreciate Rick Barnes. This is not turning into a bash Rick Barnes thing. I'm not going to bash the guy that has 2 Elite Eights. Has given us the greatest overall run in Tennessee basketball history. But this team is not well constructed. We don't know how many of them come back next year. We've got a key injury with a big man that I think Cade Phillips would make a difference on this team, but we don't have him. And we're in a spot right now where it's just not a well constructed team that's not playing very well together. Ament is coming around. Gillespie is playing like we need him to, and that's all we've got. That's all we can count on. Is we're getting 10 to 15 from Ament, maybe 20, and we're going to get 20 from Gillespie. But yet again today, guys, 68% from the free throw line. And how many front ends of 1-and-1s did we miss? 2, 3? It's just hit your damn free throws. I'm not. Look, I'm as bummed out or pissed off or whatever. I'm just not going to get vitriolic today. I'm just not. I'm honestly glad for the week off. It might do the team well, but it's not going to do me well having to watch this team again on Tuesday or Wednesday. I mean, good God, we almost lost frickin' A&M. We're lucky we won that game.
Tennessee, 20 of 29 from the free throw line today, which is pretty good. That's right at 70%. That's what you want.
Yep.
But 8 of 12 from Gillespie, including 2 misses in the final minute and a turnover there. I mean, again, like, here's the thing. If you want Rick Barnes to leave, you want him to retire, okay, you can go get a new coach. But just here's what's going to happen. This core group that we're excited about building around next year, they're gone because they came here to play for Rick Barnes. That's what happened. Like the days of, the new coach comes in and gets more out of the returning players, that's over. all your players leave, and the coach has to recruit a brand new roster. Now, if you hit on a good coach, you open up the pocketbook, then maybe that works. But there are no guarantees when you run a coach off anymore. So I look at it like we've got a good core. Like Gillespie's not the player we thought he was, man. Yeah, 24 points is good today. He can shoot the hell out of the ball. But he turns it over. He's too loose with it. He turns it over in crunch time. He's done it several games in a row now, including a game we were lucky to win this week against Texas A&M. And the other guy that you put your money in, Nate Ament, is not returning at a level commensurate with the investment that you made in him. Like, he's good, but you paid him to be outstanding. You're paying him more than you did Dalton Connect and the kid Lanier. Probably combined. You're paying him, Ament, as much as you paid both of those two. And he's not playing as well as either one of them. So, like, that's, you're like an NFL team. You're like, okay, are our stars producing? The guys that we have our money tied up in, are they giving us good play? No. The answer is no.
Well, I know it's going to be a long afternoon, and some idiot at some point will ask, how are we feeling? That's not going to be me. I know how we're feeling, guys. On the way out, Russ, I will give you one feather to throw in your cap. Also, good afternoon, Davey. Good to hear you, man.
Thank you.
On the way out, Russ, I think you're right. We need another shooter. We needed another shooter. You said that all along. Can we just get one more shooter? I think we need one more shooter because what we got ain't it. But enjoy the week off, guys, and I guess we'll regroup and talk about another loss in conference play next Saturday, guys. Talk to you then. See you.
Thank you, Rando. I appreciate it. Davey, we've asked this question a couple of times. We'll continue to ask it. Like, if this team had Duke Miles or the kid from last year, who's at Baylor now?
Cam Carr.
Cam Carr.
Cam Carr.
I don't think Barnes would give him the freedom to average 20 points again, whatever he's averaging down there. But what do you think the difference would be if we had one of those guys playing shooting guard or a healthy Ray Rice?
I think you would have at least won one of the games between. You would have beat Syracuse for sure.
Tonight,
you win today.
Yeah.
So there's two games there that you have that are lost. And that I don't know if it ultimately changes like the makeup of how we see this team play. I mean, I know we've been talking a lot about like where's Tennessee's missed free throws down the stretch and everything of that nature, but you have to remember this is a Rick Barnes coach team. We gave up 49 points to Kentucky in the second half.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. I mean, and that's what he's going to say today when he gets in front of that microphone. He's going to talk about, I'm sure he's pissed about the shot selection and the turnover at the end and all that stuff, but he's going to lament, 47% and what, from the field and whatever that number was for Kentucky in the second half, giving up so many wide open threes. Not being able to rebound.
Yeah, not that this really matters, but you're going to fall out of the top 25, which I think is something you've had for 90 consecutive weeks?
Yeah, since 22.
Yeah. That was a really cool streak that we had going. We were number one in the we'd been ranked the longest. It's unfortunate.
Let's get a call from DR Vol, 865-966-3435 is your number if you want to get on the show today. Burning it down at 3 o'clock on a Saturday. Let's go watch some damn football. How about that?
I just want to watch football.
I did, DR. You know what a sick, twisted bastard I am.
That's why I'm a huge fan of yours, Russ.
Thank you. I took
this is despicable.
FanDuel gives you the 30% profit boost on this game or another SEC game. I can't remember what it was. What do you, and you can only bet up to $10. What do you think I did with that profit boost?
I'm sure you made the smart decision to make you the most money.
That Kentucky money line, $30 for a $10 bet.
Dirty.
I don't blame
rotten.
you.
It's dirty work. It's dirty work, but I got it. It has to be
Despicable.
done. Somebody's got to do the dirty work.
Shameful.
Somebody's got to take out the trash walker. That's why your boy is here.
You've disappointed Walker, Russ. I'll go ahead and tell you. He's looked up to you all this time.
He can be disappointed while FanDuel pays for my dinner tonight.
I'm disappointed. I understand it. I respect it, but it sucks.
I love it, Russ, because, we're all fans of Game of Thrones here, and I feel like Ramsey Bolton watching it. I forgot who said it, talking about the lead dwindling down. I mean, I felt like Ramsey Bolton, if you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention. You knew what was coming. It's just a classic shit the bed at home. I am so fucking pissed about this, y'all. I am fucking irate that we lost that game. And I watched LSU kind of pissed away against Kentucky in a hotel room. I wasn't in the cuck chair, but I was today watching us. I was in the bed in the hotel room, but today I was in the cuck chair. But I watched LSU piss it away, and we did the same thing. You could see it coming a mile away. Just soft-ass team, man. Fuck this team. God. It's Kentucky, so I'm just irate over it, y'all. We had them. That's a shitty team. We let them win.
Let them win.
Damn. They suck. They don't like each other. Their coach doesn't like them. Their fans don't like them. Fans want to fire the coach, and they come in here and win for the third year in a row.
Yeah, we did like with Billy Napier. They were going to fire his ass, and our fucking football team pissed it away. And we did it again today. And just you had a caller talking about what they wish. I wish my mom would have aborted me so I didn't have to watch this shit today.
Whoa.
What are we doing?
It was awful.
What are we doing
there was no reason that team should have beat us.
What the fuck is wrong with
what
you,
are we
dude?
doing here, man?
DR Vol wishes he had a coat hanger in his ear.
The
third trimester.
Better watching that.
Christ.
I don't know if Walker and I are very comfortable with where this has gotten.
We did start out by talking about how dark Russ gets, and I said I was a fan, so where do you think it was going to go?
Go watch the alternate ending of the Butterfly Effect, DR. That's you right now.
I don't know. I did kind of wonder that. Who would take my place as a caller if that would happen? I don't know, man.
DR, I don't know if you heard the beginning of the show, but I had a colonoscopy yesterday in which they didn't give me enough anesthesia. They gave me minimal anesthesia, and I'm awake there. They're jamming that big old telescope up my rear end. That was less painful than what I saw today.
Did it like did the little telescope look like Mark Pope? Because that's what happened again.
It kind of did.
2 colonoscopies. Yeah, there you go.
Kind of did. He's out there rooting around in my sphincter.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, this is one of those losses I will never get over. We had it. And
this is for sure, DR. I was thinking on the way over here, if we did lose, this would be. Is this the worst loss of the Rick Barnes tenure at home?
No, at home. Well,
what's worse?
Yeah, tell me something worse than losing our arch rival in a
this
game with
sucks, but I mean,
17
guys,
points.
It's college basketball. You have these shitty games in the middle of the season, and it all just determines what happens at the end of the year, which, again, we don't feel great about and what's going to happen. But, I don't think this is a game I look back on 5 years from now and just be like, oh, fuck.
I bet you we'll look back on. You remember that time we were leading by 17? And we ended up getting beat by fucking Kentucky at home, by one of the worst Kentucky teams since Billy Clyde was on their sideline.
They suck. They absolutely suck the donkey balls.
That's what that's what my ESPN app popped up. Kentucky gets hot with their second straight win. They should have lost both games, y'all. We're the reason. That's what sucks. I hate that fucking fan base. And we're part of it. Our misery is their promise. Like, we're keeping that dipshit coach they have, that Mormon. We're keeping him employed. Damn, man! I'm telling you, this really got to me today, y'all.
I feel it. Who's the most pissed? Is DR the most pissed off so far? Magic Mike was pissed. Rando was pissed.
Pussy.
We got some ringers coming up, so you guys, we'll see who gets mad.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm glad we're in everything school. Fuck Danny White. I want to get that in before I get off here because God, with everything that's happened, and you add this to it, man, this is a hard one to swallow, y'all. God bless. You're up 16 at home against Kentucky.
Just breathe, DR. Just
17.
breathe.
17.
Well, what I'm about to do, I'm about to go in a 130-degree sauna and pray I don't make it out, honestly. Y'all have a good day, guys.
That's a little – it's not what you
That's
want to
nuts.
hear, man.
It's a little dark.
That's nuts.
Can we – so we need to get him some help.
Some help?
Ain't no helping that guy. He's a complete psychopath. You're just not catching on to that?
I'm not catching on. I'm just stating the obvious.
Is Nebraska unbeaten still?
I think so. I don't know who they play today. But, yeah, they're unbeaten.
Sheik is taking Northwestern at 5.5, but it's down to 4.5 on FanDuel.
You want that number.
By the way, for our betting folks out there, got a special offer for you from our friends over at the VIP Tennessee at VIP Play TN. VIP Play. Sign up today using our promo code FANRUN, $100 in bonus bets when you make a $20 bet. So if you want to make a little money back with some free bets, sign up. VIP Play, use promo code FANRUN, and you do what I do. Put it on the Wildcats for the emotional hedge and get those $100 in bonus bets. Don't say we never did nothing for you.
Yeah, you can put it on the Kentucky Wildcats.
865-966-3435, your phone number, 966-3435. You can call us there. You can text us there. We'll read some comments from the YouTube chat. Jay Johnson wants to bring back the black curtains.
Oh, no.
Tim Dewberry says, yes, it is the worst loss. Not even close. Chad says, lose in typical Barnes fashion. Coastal wants to know, where's Big Josh at? Probably curled up in the fetal position, sucking on a bottle of Jim Beam.
Exactly
Coastal Vol.
Exactly where I want to be.
Let's get Phil in here next. Phil, you're on Voluntary Reaction. Go ahead.
What do you say, Debbie?
Philly, you've been watching Tennessee basketball longer than any of us. This one's a real kick in the nuts, you know?
I've never seen Tennessee have a 17-point lead on Kentucky and blow it at home, ever, in my lifetime.
It's the first time.
In fairness, they haven't had many 17-point leads on Kentucky.
Fair. How many point-blank looks did Jalen Carey miss today?
Well, like all of the shots he missed, pretty much.
I think like 7 or 8.
3 for 11, so like at least 6 of them.
I don't know. It's just you're all right. It's poorly constructed roster.
He even missed the swing he took at Owe after the game.
All honesty, guys, it's time for Bruins to retire. It really is.
Oh no, Phil!
We're back to this, Phil. Calling him Bruins.
Yeah, that game was a play-in game in the NCAA tournament because Kentucky's not that good.
They suck,
but we're worse than they are. We should have got beat by A&M there now.
That's what makes it so bad. They're not better than we're a better basketball team than they are. I'm not saying we're great. I'm not saying this team's going to the Final Four, but we're a solid, like borderline Sweet 16 team. That Kentucky team will be lucky to make the NCAA tournament, and we let them come in here and shove us around in the second half. It's pathetic.
Well, I don't know, guys. It's just, it don't make any sense. I mean, why did they put both Gillespie and Bishop Boswell on the bench for 2 fouls? They should have just played one of them. And that's when Kentucky got back in the game.
I mean,
which team was it?
Would have played, I would have liked for them to put Boswell back in there, because if he ends up picking up his third before the half, obviously, Phil, it's not as big a deal as Gillespie, but you got to have one of those guys on the floor, or our offense it doesn't seem to function, does it?
I can't remember which game it was, but they were talking about how Rick Barnes in 2 foul situations in the first half, they sit 99% of the time, which I believe is like the second or the third highest of like all active coaches.
Yeah, it's just
Wow.
every time.
All honesty, our guard play is atrocious.
They're very loose with the ball.
You got a Mint and Gillespie. That's the only threats we got to score. Our inside game's not even that good. Against quality competition, we can't deliver inside. We didn't do it tonight. Kentucky, there's a lot better down front lines we're going to play later on in the year than them.
For sure. I mean, it's tough when Jacoby Gillespie is he's so electric getting to the basket and penetrating, but he just has at least three boneheaded passes every single game.
Yeah, and he's a liability on defense. Our defense sucked in the second half. What defense were we doing?
Gave up almost half 100, gave up 49 points in the second half. They went 6 for 10 for 3 in the second half.
Has Barnes said anything yet after the game? Y'all got that in front of you?
No, but I'm monitoring it and waiting for it.
I wonder if he'll take credit for the loss like he did the Florida game. He took the loss. He'll probably blame it on players this time, won't he?
I'm looking for it, Phil. We'll let you know as soon as it comes out. I'm interested to see as well.
Well, at least Jughead got some football players today. See.
Well, we get 4 players so far today out of the portal.
Got a running back.
Tulane running back. We got the tight end from South Alabama who had 4 catches last year.
He's probably going to be doing a lot of blocking, I would imagine.
We got a 340-pound offensive lineman from West Virginia.
Haslam.
And the Metcalf's brother who's probably not going to play.
Depth. Why not?
Hey, you had to take him to get an all Big Ten safety. I mean, it's worth it to me.
Not?
Yeah.
Do it. We got the roster space.
I don't think these people are in the mood to hear us talk about the football portal now.
Let's not even bring that up.
If we had gotten a quarterback that could play, maybe that would take some of the sting away from today. But I don't think getting a glorified walk-on safety, depth piece offensive lineman, depth piece tight end, and depth piece running back is going to get fans stoked.
No, this is not like last weekend where we lost to Florida and got Chaz Coleman the same day. Not the same feeling.
Josh Heupel's doing everything but getting a quarterback, man. I'll give him that.
He's filling in the holes.
You talk about roster construction.
Yeah.
If we're being pessimistic, I honestly think the obviously a huge miss on the quarterback situation.
No, we're being pessimistic.
Yeah, I have a situation like fans are going to get to the point where it's like they're going to want Heupel fired after next year, but it's going to be kind of like a transition year similar to like it was with the claw offense. And then it's like, had you stuck it out, it's like, you're like, shit, we fucked up.
Yeah, we fucked up.
Thing is, I feel like I'm going to spend all summer trying to tell people not to get on the fire Heupel bandwagon because that's stupid, irresponsible, and way, way, way too risky. And we're probably going to end up in a worse spot than we're already in. But after like that 3rd or 4th loss, I'm going to be like I was today at the beginning of the show where I'm so mad that I'll be right there leading the charge.
Pitchfork in hand.
Man, I don't know. Like it's one of those things too. I don't know if it's just because like I tempered my expectations. I'm not talking about Tennessee in general. I'm talking about college sports in general. About 6 years ago, whenever I saw the changes coming of how like the NIL and the transfer portal were going to make it happen, the days of juggernauts are just over. And like I still just think people just want to have a team that's a perennial top 5 team year in, year out. And if you don't have the money and the resources, like the oil money type stuff, like you're just not going to fall into that category. You could spend the money on Nate Ament and, you really just get a guy that's trying to develop and it's not going to be a cutthroat kind of player.
He's looking good.
Poor Nate Ament.
He's playing better, but
these losses are not on him.
No, I'm not saying they are, but again, it like when we got him, man, I thought we were going to get like a Cameron Boozer type player, not necessarily the same style, but a guy that, you know, it's like you can put the team on his back. He can't put the team on his back.
No.
I mean, they weren't giving him the ball.
Did we go small very much?
Not at all today.
No.
I thought about that. Is that something that maybe, I mean, it allowed it open when you've got two big guys, when you've got Carey and Okpara in there,
clogs the lane.
Nobody can drive. But when it was Amon at the 4 and Okpara at the 5, and Okpara is smart enough to stretch the floor, drag his man out of the paint, like that opened things up. I don't know if that's like we should have been big and strong enough to bully them tonight, and we are, but we didn't. So I don't know that that's a terrible strategy on Coach Barnes's part, but
I mean, they were calling it tight. It seemed like a lot of fouls.
Roberto is next. Voluntary reaction. Go ahead, Roberto.
Hey, guys. To say that I'm apoplectic is probably an understatement. I called at halftime, Russ, and I said, and I think you'd agreed, with this Kentucky team is not good. They're not good. I'm not sure they make the tournament. And we just lost them at home after leading by 17. You know, it's funny, they flashed that stat at halftime. Tennessee's 115-3 in the Rick Barnes here when leading 10+ at home or whatever at halftime. You know, after 4.
Roberto, we got a rough connection. We're gonna have to try and reconnect, buddy. We can't hear you. Sorry, bud. But I feel your pain. I am upset as well. 865-966-3435. If you want to chime in, 966-3435. Your phone number today, you can call or text the show at said number. We are here for you in your time of need. Texter says, remember, Phil didn't want ZZ back this year either.
I mean, Phil can be a simpleton at times. You know?
Caller says, Barnes said this team is like a box of Cracker Jacks. You never know what the surprise is going to be. I'm looking for Barnes's comments. I've not seen that one. That's a little too close to Forrest Gump for comfort for me. This team's like a box of chocolates. Texter says Diabate had 4 fouls with like 6 minutes to go in the game, and we couldn't foul him out. And Pope played him even though he had 4 fouls. We yank guys with 2 fouls. Well, I think you're always going to play a guy with 4 fouls at the 6-minute mark, 5 or 6 minutes. And I don't think, Diabate's a nice player. I don't think he destroyed us or anything. 10 points in 27 minutes. I guess that's pretty good. 4 of 11 from the field. 6 rebounds.
He had those dagger threes.
Diabate?
I thought you were talking about
Aberdeen.
Aberdeen.
Yeah, he was the guy
that's the guy that cooked us. Yeah.
Which is you could make a great distinction where he goes out with 2 fouls early in that game. We get our big lead. And then he gets back in and gets going, and we just we fall out. Like if he doesn't pick up that second foul early in the game, who knows if we even get out to that lead, because he was on one.
Another person says Vol fans always got to keep that cup on. Another person says, I hope Barnes runs the effing hell out of this team on their, quote, week off. Yeah.
I don't imagine it's going to be very pleasant over there.
It's not going to be a week off. It's going to be training camp.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of instruction going on.
There you go. Instruction.
Yeah. Get back to basics.
Corrections.
A lot of treadmills.
He's got, I've had it, I think Bob was one of them. They've got some kind of, sounds like a damn torture machine.
Oh, the ladder?
The ladder machine they put on the side of the court.
Yeah,
you heard about this, Davey?
I know about these things, yeah.
Is it a Jacob's ladder?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called, a Jacob's ladder.
Yeah, I've seen those in gyms before. They'll get you winded very quickly.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, so I'd say they're going to be doing a lot of mid-season cardio work, making sure that they're staying in shape. And I don't know. I mean, it was such, like you said, Russell, the first half, and then like the script got flipped at halftime. That's what baffles me about, like, what happened at halftime? What the hell did they do in there?
The most destructive power in sports is the feeling of relief. You go in, we were up
cruising.
17. We're still up 11. We got our 2 starting guards coming back. We're good. We got this. Take your foot off the gas a little bit.
Then that whole first sequence, that first was that we picked up what?
2 fouls right away.
I think it was 4 in the first minute of the second half.
4 in the first 2 minutes. Yeah. I was lagging back, but I mean, like they calmed down there because like we got to the bonus before Kentucky did in the second half. I don't know. This has been one of those shows. Like I've been struggling to like actually put together how I feel, but taking a minute and thinking about it, the biggest 3 things this team has, and this is why, like, you know, a couple of weeks ago, like I said, I was out and I've not really come off of that mindset, are 3 biggest things that you just know will not lead to success. Ultimately, like in the sport of college basketball, guard play is subpar. 2, you can't hit free throws. And 3, you just have so many turnovers. You put all 3 of those together, and it's just a recipe for utter disaster.
I mean, it's just you can't win basketball games if you, I mean, that's just like at a fundamental level. You can't have all those turnovers, like you said, and the free throws, and devil's in the details, man. We aren't doing all the little stuff right now.
The 5-star cornerback from Ohio State committed to Oregon.
Saw that.
Yes.
Okay. What, Davey, what do we make of Gillespie, man? Because I'm with you. The guard play was subpar, but I look at 24 points and 8 assists.
Yeah.
Pretty damn good. But those turnovers, man, like you've got to take care of the ball in crunch time.
I honestly think like it's one of those situations. I know he's a little bit undersized, but I think had you like if you could have ZZ on this team and then like Jacoby play off the ball, that like we want from like what Chaz Lanier was. And he's also not going to be the guy with the ball in his hands in those critical situations where you see those turnovers late. So it's not so much of, you could say the lack of a 2 guard. You could just say, we just don't have a true point guard, and you could just slide Jacoby over to the 2 spot. And I think that's the problem.
Let's try Roberto again here. See if we get a better connection this time around. Roberto, welcome back.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Walker asked me if I was in the garage. I said I was not, actually. Can you hear me now, Russ?
Yeah, go ahead.
To say I was apoplectic after that game is slightly an understatement, but also it has just the amount. I'm just tired of giving a shit about this team. I am now apathetic. Yesterday, I don't know if you got the emails, guys, to us season ticket holders for football. We got our nice little kick in the ding dong yesterday. They raised our ticket prices. That'd be 30% yesterday. Plus, I guess, so that's 30%, but technically, I guess 30% on 15% is 4.5. So they've only raised our fee from last year on talent fee, 20 actual percent. That's fun. Yeah. And then we get that slop in the second half. Russ, at halftime, I talked to you and I said, man, Terry looks pretty good. And I think this Kentucky team isn't very good, which they aren't. I'm not sure this Kentucky team makes the tournament. That Kentucky team has at least 6 more losses in them, minimum. You guys agree?
I think they're pretty bad. Yeah. I don't think that. I mean, I think their fan base is going to be frustrated with this team all year long. They're going to have bad losses.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think they ultimately make the tournament, but they're not doing anything once they get there.
Yeah. Well, to DR, I just want you to know I am glad that your mother didn't abort you, for the record. I think that needs to be stated. DR, we love you, buddy. Hang in there. I think here's a hot take, guys. I think this game, along with many other games we've seen, was lost on October the 18th at 11:56 a.m. Eastern Standard. Because that is when ESPN announced that Tony Vitello was considering leaving the University of Tennessee. And since then...
You're really stuck on this, Roberto.
I am. We lost 4 football games. We've lost umpteen basketball games, and we're going to be unranked for the first time in 90 weeks. Yeah, I'm stuck on it because it all coincides. We were in the playoffs going into the kickoff of the 12 o'clock games on the 18th. Nobody can argue that. And Kimmy Hundo, 2 weeks to the day almost, 2 weeks and 2 days after that, had to kick her best player off the team, who she was paying for with money that should have gone to the baseball team to keep the greatest coach in school history, possibly in any sport, but we'll definitely say in baseball, on campus.
He wasn't staying here,
left.
Man. He wasn't staying here.
Okay, we can all believe what we believe, Bear, and that's fine. We're all grown-ups. We can dissent, and that's fine. But our baseball team is all we have to look forward to now. And we better hope to God that Elander can figure it out. That's where we are. And Danny White is staying on. I mean, any man that this, apparently he's a brilliant man. He's got to be. He's got to be sharp. You can't be where he is in life and not be articulate. Okay? But any man who can hear the tone and tenor of our fan base and say, "Yep, nope, I'm driving through with this Danny district. It's happening. It's happening." It's a bullshit cockamamie idea. Please take $340 million or whatever you're about to invest in that, and please go buy us some football, basketball, baseball, and women's basketball players. Please, please, please. I'm so sick of losing to teams.
You got to follow the rules, Roberto. You can't just throw money at players. You got to follow the rules.
Nah. Thank you, Russ. I guess my mom should have aborted me too.
Oh, good night. Things are getting heated here on the Voluntary Reaction. Danny White taking slings and arrows, a 30% increase on the ticket prices. And here's what's great about this is, I don't know if you guys saw this, but you've got the athletics directors now at Notre Dame and Miami saying that we should get rid of the $20 million salary cap for revenue sharing. Schools ought to be able to pay athletes whatever they want. So
we're going to be turning into baseball.
Yeah, then
Major League Baseball.
I mean, like how much are those ticket prices going to go up now? They might as well forget adding a third deck. You go ahead and make that thing an all-seater, put in theater seats, put a roof on it, because that's what you're going to have to do to get people to pay the prices that you're going to need to charge in order to fund a roster in a no salary cap era.
They can't do that.
That's what that's what the Catholics and the convicts want to do. Am I reading that right? Did you see that from Dellinger today, Dave?
No, I haven't seen that today. I was looking up. I saw Danny White's comments yesterday, and I am curious. Listen, I do think Danny White is a smart man. I don't necessarily agree with how he's gone about handling everything as it relates to the Danny district, the cost of tickets going up. I am curious, though, with his involvement in the College Sports Commission. You know how they're trying to get all that up and running. I feel like there's got to be some tie to where he's trying to get something passed. Because, I mean, a year and a half ago, 2 years, everyone was talking about he's at the forefront of what the future of college athletics is going to look like. And I don't think he comes out and makes those comments yesterday unless there's some other plan in the works that he's trying to get through. It doesn't make sense to me to come out and make those comments if there's nothing else tied to them, if that makes sense.
Rick Barnes, after the game today, asked about whether or not his team is missing Zakai Ziegler and Jemai Mashak, says, quote, "We don't lose this game with those guys. Those guys would never give up a lead like this. The guys we have now are more talented offensively, but the guys before wouldn't have let this happen.
I agree with that. I mean, like that Kentucky team ain't scoring 49 points in the second.
Yeah, I mean, Aberdeen's not doing that on Jemai Meshack last year.
Those players he just mentioned.
Yeah. I mean, Aberdeen's not. I mean, would have probably been completely or somewhat neutralized. I mean, that group stayed more focused, but they had played a lot of basketball together and were, 4-year guys.
Barnes says, I don't want to call anybody out individually, and we don't ever want to throw our guys under the bus here. But when you get out rebounded, that's just effort. That's true for this team and every team I've coached. It's just effort.
Safe to say he's a little pissed off.
Yeah, I think if I were Felix Okpara and my 6 rebounds in 27 minutes.
How many boards did Jalen Carey have?
7.
That's not enough.
He just couldn't finish.
How many of those were on his own misses?
True.
Ooh, a me-bound. Like, what's her name? Angel Reese.
There you go.
That's what Barnes said. If Felix would just go get 10 rebounds a game, he would stumble into at least 12 points a game. Just stumble into it.
He said that today?
Yep.
Wow. Thought he wasn't going to throw anybody under the bus.
Yeah.
He said he doesn't like to.
He says Jacoby had a great game until those 3 turnovers in the final 4 minutes. You just can't do that. Again, if he's tired, that's my fault. We'll look at it.
They even brought him out to give him a rest before that possession.
I mean, he's just standing out there on the road as the buses come by, and he's just grabbing each one of them, tossing them.
You could tell he was tired to where I don't disagree with the decision to play offense for defense. You just can't turn it over whenever game's on the line.
No. You also just have to get a safer pass to give it to Nate if that's your plan.
But isn't that also pretty indicative of somebody who is gassed?
Barnes says some of those passes we're making, there's no pulling back those passes. You can't have pick sixes. Well, that's what Gillespie. That was a pick 6.
Mm-hmm.
That last minute when that one.
That was every bit as bad as that one Joey threw on the goal line at Alabama.
Well, I never saw a replay of it, but Owe Gillespie didn't go for the ball. Did he think somebody else was going on the side where Owe had the wide open dunk? You had like 2 guys over there.
Ran right under him. He had his hands down, but he just ran right under him. They're going to call that.
He just didn't want a foul, but it's tough. Bad break.
You either foul or you don't, man. I mean, if you in that situation, you either clobber the guy and don't let him get the shot off, or you don't get close to him. You got to be decisive. I mean, he wasn't decisive with the pass, and he wasn't decisive with the recovery.
Jesus.
Who's next, Bear?
We have, this will be a ray of sunshine. Jamie.
Jamie, you're on Voluntary Reaction. Go ahead.
Good afternoon to you too, Bear. Hey,
I'm sure you've got your matches lit and your Molotov cocktail in your hand.
I'm not like DR Vol and Roberto. I never bought into the hype. You know me. He's a good to great basketball coach. He's not elite. I think it's classless to talk about your players like that. That's beneath. I thought that would be beneath somebody like the good deacon, but I guess it's not. Guys, I want to visit something with you guys. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. The philosophy on setting a guy with 2 fouls in the first half is so you have him available late in the game. Would that be correct?
Yes.
Okay, so here's something I've never understood my entire life. Okay, so you got a guy who's got 2 fouls and you set him, and then you bring him back in and he plays and he doesn't foul out. You've wasted time. You've wasted minutes of his. You really want to find out how much you can get out of a guy? Let him play till he fouls out. I mean, the points at the end of the game count as much as the points in the middle or in the early. Does it not?
Yeah, I mean, I think you want your players on the floor at the end. I mean, that's a helpless feeling. But I just think that you can't have a rigid policy about it. I think you got to use some gut feel. And part of the problem was we were up by 17. And so like that lead dwindles to 11 and you still feel like, all right, we're pretty good. like maybe if we were up 11 and it had dwindled to 3 or 4, he would have done something different. But I'm kind of with you, Jamie. It's like, man, let's put our foot on their throat. They are, you got a senior. Like Gillespie's a senior. Boswell's a sophomore. He knows your program. They can play without fouling.
Yeah, and Russ, it's not like Barnes is the only guy that does that. I'm like you though. He seems to be the only guy that has a hard and fast rule about it. Doesn't matter. You need to judge these on different bases. But I know I'm in the minority when I say this, but I'd be curious to hear what Bear and Davey and damn it, my mind just went blank. Help me out. Walker, sorry, buddy. Y'all be curious. It's just, if you step back and think about it, you keep your best players in as long as you can. Maybe you don't need them. Maybe you're up by 16 with 4 minutes to go, instead of fighting for your life. It's like, okay, I just never understood. I think when you bring a guy out of the game who's got foul trouble early and he doesn't foul out at the end of the game, you've wasted time of his. You've wasted minutes of his that he could be on the floor helping you. I just never understood that strategery. But it's not solely on Barnes. He's not the only one that does it. But he seems to be the only one hard-headed about it. I guess last year was Ziegler a time or two. He didn't pull him, but mostly it seems to it's anti. It just goes against what you're trying to do. I mean, like you said, you want your players on the floor at the end of the game, but you keep your best players on the floor as long as you can. You might not be in a dogfight at the end of the game. But speaking of the end of the game, you've got your point guard, your field general, lazy pass. That's one thing. And then as he starts to go back on defense on the 2-on-1 fast break, he's guarding the guy with the ball while there's a guy streaking behind him. So of course the guy with the ball just throws it over his stupid head to the guy who's streaking. So you go back there and slap him on his ass while he's hitting the layup. That's just. And then what does Barnes do to teach him? Leaves him in the fucking game. And then on the free throw, you get outboxed out on a free throw late in the game in a 1-point game. That's pathetic. I pull all of y'all. We don't deserve to win this game. That's just stupid. It's lazy. The strategy behind pulling guys with 2 fouls is lazy. Like you said, Russ, these need to be a game by game, player by player decision. Now you might lean to protecting your players at the end of the game, but you don't just say, well, that's it. You got 2, you're sitting. That's just stupid. It's just stupid, especially if you get 2 fouls early and you're in the game, there's 2 minutes to go and you've got 4 fouls. It's like, come on, dude. So what you're saying is we could have used his help, from the 4-minute mark on in the first half when you set him. I just never understood that. But I hate to be right about Danny Nuggets. Here we have you got the worst season of the hype on. You hit your fans with a 30% increase. That's just funny. That's just funny. And I'm gonna get out of the way, but I just want to ask you this, Russ. I've never understood this, and Barry, you might be able to throw some insight. You too, Davey. The whole hiring a guy with no UT ties, and then leaving all the decision up to one guy. One guy. There's no board. There's no group. There's no. I just never understood it. We almost had, you hire that idiot Derek Dooley, and he comes in and starts changing your plans for a new locker room. That guy, you're going to let him touch your architectural plans for your locker room?
Jamie, I'm going to stop you right there. The reason they did that is because they let a guy who loved Tennessee take control, and he about burned this fucker to the ground. His name is Philip.
Good point, Dave.
You're right. But my point, Davey, is not, hiring a guy with UT ties and then giving him all, the whole range. My thing is, don't give anybody 100% control. Nobody. You can be the director of the athletics, but I can't let you just come in here and change where trash cans are. You're the football coach or you're the athletic director. Let the board of trustees or whoever's handle this. We'll this whole leaving it all to one guy stuff is stupid. And Barry, I get it. The major leagues, that's a big deal.
What do you mean they're leaving it to one guy, Jamie? What are some examples?
Well, I brought up Derek Dooley a minute ago about how he was going to change it.
No. You're talking about right now. You're talking about right now, leaving it to one guy. What are those decisions?
The new, the multi-million-dollar district we're about to put in when we're struggling.
He's not unilaterally deciding that, Jamie.
That's not, he's not signing off on his own paychecks there to get that cash.
I'm going to take Jamie's side on this. I don't think we'd be talking about an entertainment district with any other athletics director. right now. I feel like that is they call that the Danny district. I understand what you guys are saying. Like he's got to go and get approval and raise money and all that stuff, but it's his idea. Like nobody was thinking about, like nobody said, you know what we really need around the stadium is an entertainment district. That was Danny White's idea.
Davey, I'm just, admittedly, I am just a podunk Tennessee fan, dude. I couldn't tell you how I just sit back and listen. My main source of information is The Drive and the other shows on 1340 on Fan
Makes
Run.
a lot of sense now.
Right, doesn't it? So, I mean, if my information's bad, I blame you clowns. So.
No, I'm not coming at you, Jamie. I'm saying, and I understand the frustration because, again, winning cures all ills. And had Tennessee not had the season they did in football right now, people aren't complaining. But I do get the frustration of you're jacking up ticket prices after you basically don't win any meaningful home games. It's like, why do I want to come watch a team, pay more to watch a team do less? In the moment, I understand the frustration as far as like bringing in the Danny district. I do think when it's all said and done and you look down the road 15, 20 years, that will ultimately be a good decision, though. The problem is it's really hard to convince people of something paying off that long down the road whenever you've got a lot of problems you're facing right now in the moment.
Well, Davey, now keep in mind, I'll be turning 55 this year, and I'll tell you what, I saw us go out and do some dumb things, like just most recently the club section over at Neyland Stadium. That's the deadest part of the stadium.
Oh, I will be there. Like I mean, if it is Danny White purely pulling the strings on how they've done some of the revamps of the stadium, they've implemented who can or how people are getting in. I don't understand how that's been as big of a problem as it has, but no, that's definitely led to a lot of reasons for fans to be disappointed.
Well, on the way while you were talking, it made me think of something else as another example, and I wanted to bring this up and see if maybe I'm right or wrong about this. But you were so worried about getting an arena as big or bigger than Kentucky's that you go out and you build one, but you sell out all the courtside seats to blue hairs who do not get up off their ass. And I mean, so it's like, yeah, we got a big arena. Are we a college basketball environment? No, it's hard. It's hard to compare to some of the other raucous arenas because we're the only idiots led by fools that decided that was a good idea. You got a great size arena, but for the first 2.5 decades, first 2 decades it was open, nobody was allowed to sit in the top because we had black curtains up there because it was just not, it didn't turn out to building a better arena does not always equate to winning. And that's where I'm standing on this whole district stuff. And it may not be one guy. Like I said, I'll admittedly admit, I do not know how things work, the way that you guys know how they work, but I know he's the athletic director. I just remember Derek Dooley changing, trash can locations and things. And I was like, who lets this guy decide anything? You suck at football and we're going to let you pick where the trash cans go. Anyway, that's all I had, guys. I'll let y'all go.
Thank you, Jamie. Kentucky guard Colin Chandler, who had the steal on the Jacoby Gillespie pass in the final minute with Tennessee up by 1, said he heard the Vols talking about the play and they telegraphed it.
Could have done without hearing that, Russ, quite honestly.
Yeah, we could have done without them hearing our play.
Yeah.
Maybe the guys snooping on the huddle or something. Guys need to keep it down over there. So we're going for a little
operational security, fellas, huh?
Oh, man. What are we doing?
I mean, that's just a sign of an offense that still hasn't gelled 3 months into the season. Like, if you need to be open, like risking giving your plays away, trying to communicate what to do, it's a really not a bad sign or a very bad sign this deep into the season.
Let's put a big hotel in front of the stadium so you can't see it from the river anymore, though.
Makes sense. Makes total sense to do that, Russ, doesn't it?
He's right, though. I mean, we didn't deserve to win today. Like, I don't know if Kentucky did, man. They, both teams played a bad half, but
they were just smart enough to get theirs out of the way. And
yeah, you'd rather bring it at the end of the game than the beginning of the game, I guess. Jesse in Nashville is next. Hello, Jesse.
What's up, fellas? You know, there's what really is doing it for this team for me this year is Barnes has a wildcat at point guard. I'm glad we got Gillespie to come here in the portal, but if you go back and like, I remember during postseason run for Maryland, like that was Derek Queen's team. Like he was the one commanding like the voice on offense and defense for Maryland, and Barnes doesn't have that on this team like he's had that he's been used to, that we all got spoiled.
True.
With under ZZ. And so like, I forget when Chandler, the guy you just, the gay post, the white boy that, looks like a bulked up version of Davey. He ended the game with 4 fouls, and probably like the last 3 or 4 minutes when we crossed half court, guess who he was guarding? Nate Ament. It is criminal that Nate Ament only got 7 shots off when he was clearly having, not just in the second half, but the last few games, he's clearly like trending up. That's been the most, not confusing because like I get it. But the most frustrating part is how Gillespie, like, he's going to be a volume shooter. There's no voice or presence on this team to be like screaming, get it to the hot hand, get it to the hot hand. Like the thing that did it for me today is that Ament was clearly heating up, and we just didn't go to him in the closing stretch, like in that under 4, after the under 4 media timeout.
No, it didn't seem like we had much of a plan down the stretch, and maybe we did, but we just couldn't get out of our own way with the silly turnovers. Well, what would have happened if Kentucky didn't know what play we were running there at the 1 minute mark? Because it seemed like, we were trading 2s for their 3s at one point, and like the lead kept dwindling, but we were still scoring. Like neither team was stopping the other team until the very end of the game.
Yeah, and part of it was Ament getting the ball and either drawing the foul or driving to the basket or hitting some clutch shots. Like I'm still shocked, like at the bottom of y'all's, whatever you call the cryon at the bottom, or the, whatever, it's 4 for 7 on field goals. Now I know he had 9 free throw attempts, but it was just like, he's clearly been in a groove for longer than a week of games. And it's just, we got Jarrett Turnover running point guard. I'll catch you guys later. Go Vol.
Thank you, Jesse. Jesse in Nashville with the Jarrett Garantano reference. I don't know, man. Joey had a tough turnover at Alabama too. And Gillespie today, 24 points, 4 of 7 from 3, 8 assists. The guy played pretty good, but those 4 turnovers loom large. It's 4 turnovers. It felt like 5.
I think
it felt like 10
in the first half. I think he had 14 points in the first half before Rick took him out. But it was like one of those things where it's like he easily could have gotten 20 with the way Kentucky was playing defense in the first half.
Yeah, he was 4 in the first half.
We got to take him out.
And just for the whole taking him out thing, when I think about it, the only real reason I see is that Barnes doesn't want his guys to be defending as hard as they can with 2 fouls.
Yeah.
Because if you keep them in with 2 fouls in the second half, like they're not going to play the defense that Barnes wants them to play at that point in the game.
Yeah, I thought about that too, Walker. It's like he doesn't want guys out there not playing
hard defense.
Yeah.
I get it.
He doesn't want guys just standing straight up and letting people go by, because that's what's going to happen when you let, especially big guys, play with 2 fouls down the stretch of a first half. If you don't trust them to play,
but they aren't
clean.
big guys; they're guards, and if
Guards
you move your feet and don't reach. Like, just move your feet and don't reach.
Trust your help defenders.
Try to be an outlet after the ball's up on the rim. But like, I'm with you. If it's like, hey, that's Akpara, you don't want to have a big guy get their third foul. That could hurt in that regard. As far as like a guy gets inside, he pretty much just gives them a layup. That's a free 2 points there. I don't necessarily see that being the case with a guard. And it's the other side of the coin is, well, who's getting you your offensive points? Well, it's the guy you got sitting on your bench. Because what was that lineup? It was like Ethan Berg, Troy Henderson, Amari Evans, Jalen Carey. Like,
yeah,
like you ain't scoring there, and they were able to trim the lead. But
no, you're right.
I man, the
give and
the
take
Gillespie stuff, it is frustrating, but I get the joke of it, but like I do not want to compare him at all to Jarrett Garantano. Like
he can't be. You know, Barnes said if he's tired, that's on me. How can you be tired when you sat the last 5 minutes of the first half?
I don't know, man. And when he said he's tired, like he tried to give him rest too in that minute and a half stoppage, took him off for defense and brought him back in. And you're right, you know, who knows if we don't over communicate and give away our play right there, what happens? Because if that's what it was, it probably wasn't because he was tired. It was because we gave our play away.
Who was he guarding for most of the second half? Does anybody remember?
I mean, we were jumping up and switching on every screen, but I think he would get switched off and on to Aberdeen a lot if he was the one handling the ball.
Yeah, well, if it was Aberdeen or Chandler, if memory serves, I mean, they were running that baseline like crazy before they would come up. And I mean, like that much, y'all are going to hate me for saying this, but it was like one of those things to where during his time in the NBA, JJ Redick ran more miles than any other player in the league. And it's like, if you're a coach, you're going to make sure like he's got a really good defender on him just so you can, or if they're really good on the offensive end, you can just try to tire them out throughout the course of a game.
Steph Curry thing too. It's what he does. You just run and run and run and run and run until your guy can't keep up with you anymore. And that's what Aberdeen did to us. And then eventually when he had hit 3 threes in that half, we started to have Akpara and Jalen jump up on every screen. And then they would just be able to pass out of it. And then our defense was all out of whack and we couldn't recover just because we couldn't fight over a screen hard enough.
TJ, the Kentucky fan, is next. TJ.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Oh, man, just losing to you guys again 3 years. By the way, Barnes says that ZZ and Meshack wouldn't have allowed that. Like, those guys lost to Kentucky last year too. And the year before that with Connect was worse. I mean, that team had no business coming in here and winning.
You know, that comment by Barnes and also the comment about getting out rebounded. And this is no disrespect to Barnes because Pope has said some crazy stuff this season that I don't know. The coaches just seem off this year. I mean, Calipari's always off Pope. But Barnes said, I think you said something about how he said that's what happens when you get out rebounded or whatever. Has he looked at the stats? Because Tennessee out rebounded us defensively and offensively.
I think he's talking about in the second half because they were. Okay. I think you guys out rebounded Tennessee in the second half. I think that's what he was referring to.
Well, I mean, another great Tennessee-Kentucky battle. I mean, the glaring, I don't think you brought it up. I know you talked about turnovers. 5 minutes into the second half, the turnovers, I think, were 8-1 Kentucky. And by the end of the game, Tennessee had 12, Kentucky had 9. So we had 1 turnover in the second half. Y'all had 11. That right there is the story of the game, in my opinion. And I don't know if I can keep doing this with I don't know if you want to call them the cardiac cats or the comeback cats. I'm not going to make it through the end. I'm not going to make it to March if we make it. I can't watch games like this where we're down 20 and then have buzzer beaters or whatever. Y'all been there as Tennessee football fans where y'all, I think, what was it, the 98 championship season, y'all won a few, the Syracuse game where y'all won on a field goal or something like that, or y'all won a few games by 2 or 3 points. And I can't do that. My heart can't take it.
Well, we're real concerned for you, TJ. You're right, though. I mean, the turnovers, 11 turnovers in the second half, if that was the number, And the thing that's frustrating about Davey is like that's a point of emphasis. I mean, have you seen the little turnover balloon thing they have in practice? Like we've been talking about this for weeks now. Like that, it's not like, oh man, turnovers really got us today. I mean, this has been a recurring theme for a while now. They've worked on it, and it still rears its ugly head.
It is, and listen, I mean, it's one of those things to where we talk about like Tennessee the last couple of years has been more talented than Kentucky, yet Kentucky's won 3 in a row in the regular season. Tennessee can't keep shooting themselves in the foot, but the other side of that coin, I was curious, like what did Kentucky shoot from 3 in all 3 of those games? And what's crazy is they actually had 24 3-point attempts in all 3 games in the past 2 regular seasons with Mark Pope. And today they were 11 of 24, and in the other 2 games they were 12 of 24 and 12 of 24. So they're shooting close to 50% from 3 on 24 attempts a game. Like that's just really good shooting, and sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And I want to say that's been their best 3-point shooting percentage so far in SEC play this season.
Well, I will say I think it's going to work out to where you're going to have 4 teams meet. I think it's on that Saturday for the SEC tournament. I think Tennessee and Kentucky are going to be 2 of them. Somehow Kentucky's going to find their way. And I think Florida is going to be another one, and Arkansas is going to be another one. And I tell you this, if Kentucky and Arkansas or Tennessee and Arkansas meet for the championship, believe it or not, I'll be the biggest ball fan y'all have ever seen just to beat Calipari one more time in Nashville or wherever it is this year.
TJ, none of those 3 teams are making it to even the semifinals of the SEC tournament.
659-666-3435, your number to get on the show today, 966-3435. If you want to join us, Tennessee blows a 17-point first half lead today against Kentucky. And what was it was 17-16 Kentucky rebounds in the second half?
Yes, it was.
There's no way like that team, like, they beat you. They can come in and shoot a blistering percentage from 3-point range. Like Davey said, those things happen. Is Bear bleeding again?
No, I've got it taken care of.
She's taking care of it back here. Don't worry about it.
This is a recurring theme. Bear bleeds a lot during the show.
Yeah.
We have a
back there that's leading to that.
I don't
know.
The hell is I talking about? Who cares? Let's get Bryson in here next. There, no way Kentucky. They can shoot a bunch of threes. They can shoot the lights out. We can have turnovers. Things can happen. There should be no world in which they come in and out-rebound us.
No.
With our size.
And it was proven out in the first half. That's what really pisses me the fuck off about this whole afternoon. We dominated the first half on the glass. We should have beat that team by 15.
Should have, but didn't. As Philly would say, let's get Bryson in here next. Hello, Bryson.
Hey, how's it going? First time, long time, huge Foles fan here. I just don't we made Brandon Garrison look like fucking Dennis Rodman out there just beating us on the glass all day.
He had 2 rebounds.
I know, but he just made us look terrible.
I didn't even notice him in there, quite honestly. But, yeah, I mean, like, when you have 3 guys on the floor who are like 6'8" or taller, a rebound should never hit the floor. And we had that happen we had it happen off a free throw late in the game. A free throw. Like, you just can't have that. Why do we Barnes is right about that. It's just hustle. I mean, that's all want to.
They don't snatch the ball. They don't grab it. You don't hear that slap anymore. Like you're used to hearing from Tennessee teams. And they touch the ground, they'll snatch it out of the air and you ain't getting it back.
I mean, what do you all think the future of this season is really holding for us at this point?
Fight to be a bubble team.
Go ahead, Dave.
I was just going to say, fight to be a bubble team. I think they'll clean it up some. I I don't see like this team is frustrating. I don't see them getting worse as the season goes on, though. I just don't. I don't think there's that makeup. There's obviously a lot of growing pains as far as this team not having a lot of time playing together. But again, the frustrating part with being in this SEC as deep as the league is now, it's like you're going to have to just go up against quality opponents week in, week out. And
I mean, the SEC is half of what it was last year.
Yeah, but it's still. I mean, it's still. Like I get you had 14 teams make the NCAA tournament last year. You're still going to have 10 make it this season.
Who? I mean, can we rattle off the 10? What do you think? What are the 10 that make it?
Let me just pull up the list. So I've got this conference standings in front of me. Missouri's going to make it. Vanderbilt's going to make it. Arkansas should make it. Florida will make it. Alabama's going to make it. I think Kentucky will ultimately get there. Georgia should make it. Tennessee will make it. A&M is also another team there. And then you're going to have some bubble teams with Mississippi, Mississippi State, and Texas.
But compared to last year, we're just looking at making it at this point. We're hoping we make it.
I mean, that's great for looking at conferences. I mean, that still would be what, 2 off of the record for a single conference. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, this conference is as good as last year. It's still a very good conference.
Play.
What was that?
Yep. 2 and 3.
2 and 3 in conference play.
Yeah.
0 and 3 on the road.
0 and 3 on the road. I mean, at this point, it just feels like we're charity case to Kentucky. Brandon Garrison is the worst player I've ever seen hit the floor, and we're 1 and 4 against 1 and 3 against them.
Yeah, but you won the one that
That's
mattered.
the worst Kentucky player I've ever seen play that many minutes, and we're 1 and 3.
Hey, man, at least you won the one that mattered.
Yeah.
The one that mattered. And how much did it matter when we didn't make the Final Four for the 117th year in a row? God, baby, y'all.
We knew it from the beginning. As soon as he came in saying Vols fan, I knew he sounded like a fucking idiot at that point.
An idiot or a Yankee or both. How does someone 6'8" miss so many layups? Texter writes, if Carey raises his arms up, he's 1.5 feet away from the rim. My 5'9" fat ass would have made more of those shots today. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like that's our best 5. I called for that this week. Move Carey into the starting lineup for Dwayne Brown. And now, if it was just one bad game, like I feel like you stick with it. But after that crap he showed at the end of the game, wanting to run his mouth and get physical after the game. Like,
I think you said it early. It'll be really
at that point.
It'll be really interesting to see how that. I doubt we'll probably hear anything about it. I can't imagine that going over real well with the staff from Coach Barnes. I mean, we know and talk to all those guys, so it'll be interesting to see if he's gets less minutes or what happens. What do you think, Dave? How do you deal with that if you're Barnes? Or how do you think Barnes will deal with that, knowing Barnes?
I don't see him being suspended as far as missing any game. I would say he's obviously going to fill it in practice, even though, with the Rick Barnes team playing like this, like they're going to run anyway. On top of that, it's going to be rough. My big thing is I look at how, against A&M, we had a different matchup style, where it's like we went smaller. We ultimately played to their style. I think when you play teams like Kentucky, Florida, Carey should not have as many minutes. He is not near as good whenever he's having to battle with as much length as he's seen in those types of games. So I don't know why he played as much as he did today. I do get the, not having Cade Phillips is one of those situations where this is a game I would see Cade playing a lot more than Jalen. But it's one of those things. Barnes is definitely going to send him a message. I didn't really see a replay of how that all ended there at the end. I was trying to get set up over here. I'll go back, watch it later. But yeah, that's not a thing that Rick Barnes team can do. Well, I'm sure, but listen, you got to listen. I mean,
can't react.
It's one of those things. If you want to get pissed off, you do it in the game. and you don't let them come back from 17. So you lost your opportunity there.
You got 40 minutes. That's your opportunity. If you want to fight, go put on the gloves, be a boxer. Tampa Vol says this loss is painful on top of old Danny Dingledick's recent comments. If we argue Tennessee is spending enough, then the blame falls directly in Heupel's lap when we go 7-5 or 6-6 next year. Publicly taking the high road won't change the NCAA stance or lack thereof. Get creative and find a way to, quote, win.
It's
all while threatening to become the New York Yankees of college football when you're talking about spending.
I am curious if
somebody's spending like that. Go ahead and spend it.
Listen, I know there's not been much structure, but we're kind of seeing this, as far as things are coming to a head. You look at, Major League Baseball with what the Dodgers just did. The odds of a lockout are going up. I know a lot of people say it's never going to happen again after what went down in '94. But maybe Tony can come back that year whenever he's not actually doing anything. But as it relates to college football, the decision yesterday that I think will have a big impact is what happened with Darian Mensah. And the rumors are right now he's getting $10 million to go play at Miami.
So basically Miami's going to buy out his contract with Duke and then pay him to play for them.
Yeah, so he'll take over for Carson Beck next year. But that's a situation where, that guy had already put out a video of he's coming back. And then in the 11th hour, and listen, I know there goes a lot for loyalty, but if you're a family that doesn't come from money and you're a guy like Darian Mensah who doesn't exactly translate to he's a for sure pro prospect, $10 million for a single year of work is just something I couldn't turn down if that was something that was going to change the life of my family, even after getting $2 million or whatever it was to go to Duke the year before.
Yeah, but I don't think he's not getting a full, we're nitpicking it now. The $10 million, I think, is the total cost of that includes the buyout they're going to have to pay Duke, which is, I cannot believe, Russell, that we're sitting here talking about one university paying a buyout for another university's quarterback to come play for them and make north of $6 million for one college football season.
Duke did it to Tulane last year.
Mm-hmm. Same kid, right?
Same player.
And when we're doing it,
goes around, comes around, man. Yeah,
that's why I don't know. Danny Dingleberry, that was a good nickname.
It was Dingledick's.
Danny Dingledick. Come on, get it right.
Danny Dingledick. That's what makes it so stupid. We're buying players ourselves. What do you mean we aren't? Are we not? We're not outright just like Kiffin, just outright tampering. And you guys saw what went on last night with them, didn't you? With Prince, Ooey Wama Wama, whatever.
Yeah, and Ole Miss is challenging that, right?
Yeah, because those guys, it's the same deal as Duke.
Try and say his name again. What did you say? Ooey Wama Wama?
Yeah. What is it?
He's like you Manly Malin or something.
I don't know. Bob couldn't pronounce it yesterday. He wouldn't even attempt it. We were talking about him. And then they're linemen and
Ooey Wama Wama.
Apparently Kiffin's been meddling in the Ole Miss locker room.
Well, portal is closed now, so that's it. That's done with that.
But that was the thing for Duke is they coaxed Mensah in the 11th hour, and so now I don't know what their quarterback room looks like behind him.
If I'm Duke, I just go ahead and take that buyout money from Miami and just dump it straight back into men's basketball.
Where are you at with Tennessee's quarterback situation, Davey?
I'm frustrated with it. I don't feel good going into next year. There's still a chance they go get somebody that I've never heard of is like an FCS guy, but from everything I've looked at in the portal, it's not an advantageous situation, especially whenever you compare it to the defenses you're going to have to go up against. My thing too is a lot of people. Let's say you go with George McIntyre, which is probably I would say it's more than a 50% chance he's your starting quarterback next year. I think we can all agree on that.
Yes.
One of the things we've seen now with the elite teams in college football, there's experience at the quarterback position. And another thing that's going to hurt George, while he might have a good rapport with his receivers, he's not going to be going up against a defense that even understands their system in practice. So it's not like he's going to be even getting good reps. So putting that on top of him having zero experience at this level, it does not bode well for whenever I look at Tennessee and what they're going to be able to do offensively in 2026.
Do you think our best hope is that somehow Aguilar gets an extra year?
Yes. Yeah. By far, like that is, if you're a Tennessee fan, you need to pray that is the case. I saw a lot of people, they were like, the Navarro kid from Ohio. It's like, oh, that's the guy we're going to go get. It's like, guys, he's in the same situation as Joey. He can't, unless Joey gets next year, he's not getting an extra year. Don't even look at that guy as a potential option to come in here. Even though he is a good quarterback overall. But yeah, Joey Aguilar is basically this team's only saving grace to potentially getting 9 wins next season.
Portal closed yesterday, didn't it?
Yeah, but I'll tell you, because we were just talking about Ole Miss. Apparently, I can't remember which one of them it is. One of the really good receivers hit the portal, but stated he doesn't plan on going anywhere as long as Trinidad Chambliss wins his appeal.
So he's hitting the portal just in case.
Yes.
A contingency plan.
In case Trinidad,
that's wild.
Now,
that's crazy.
The portal's open, or it's technically closed. I need to go back because the rule used to be when a coach left, you had 30 days.
Yeah. So yeah, if a coach got fired or left or something, if Sarkisian took the Titans job, for example,
Texas would be wide open for 30 days.
Yeah, bring Arch home.
Unless they've closed that and I just didn't hear about it. Because again, like they constantly keep changing these rules. I mean, I know they just voted to limit, what was it they had yesterday? No spring portal whatsoever.
Yeah. Can you imagine the feeding frenzy if like one of the big Power 4 schools like Texas, if suddenly their whole roster was up for grabs for 30 days? Be great.
I think as long as the one thing they have though is with Arch being there, I think they could hold that roster together for one season.
Yeah, it depends on who you get to. Like if they promote from within, if that happens, then there's a better chance a lot of guys might stay if they really believe in whoever their OC would be. I'm blanking on who it is.
Well, this has been uplifting.
Who's their DC?
I think Jeff Banks is still on the staff.
They just hired a guy to be their DC. What's his name?
Who? Of Texas?
Texas, yeah.
Yeah, because they just ran off.
It was like a notable name, too. Who was that guy?
It's their former coach in waiting, wasn't it?
Pole Assassin's still there, right?
Wasn't Pole Assassin the guy's wife?
Yeah, it's Jeff Banks' wife. But he's still on staff.
I don't know about the Pole Assassin.
Oh, it was Will. They hired Will Muschamp. I remember that now. Yeah, they fired the
back to 2010
Fritzkowski guy.
Muschamp is back.
What if he ended up getting that job?
He was the coach in waiting in what, like 2010?
Yeah.
Took the Florida gig.
Weird turn of events that would be.
Who do you want to be the Titans coach, Davey?
Right now, I am leaning Stefanski.
I was leaning Stefanski until I saw there's a tweet going around today of an end of game situation with him and Deshaun Watson. Where they called like 2 timeouts or so. I don't know. They just completely bungled a 1st and goal situation from the 1 and ended up kicking a field goal.
The only thing I feel there is you mentioned Deshaun Watson in there. And so that outside of that, like let's say they don't go with a former head coach, going and getting Robert Saleh and then like pairing him with like a Mike McDaniel. If McDaniel doesn't get a head coaching gig, like I could see that leading to some success. They're supposed to be interviewing Mike McCarthy right now. I'm not completely out on that, but I do think outside of the Ravens job, the Titans gig, based off the amount of salary cap they have, what they have in Cam Ward at quarterback, you could argue is the second or third most attractive. No, it's with Harbaugh off. It's now the 3rd most attractive job in the NFL.
Behind what?
Just the Ravens. Ravens are 2. I would put the Giants Ravens 1, Giants 2. There would be people argue for the Steelers, but I don't like the Steelers.
What
as
am I
far as
missing on the Giants, man? Jackson Dart.
You don't like Jackson Dart. I think Jackson Dart's great. I think he's going to be by far be the best quarterback in that class. They've got a really good, solid core. Offensively, they're able to work around. They've also got money they can go out and spend. But that Giants roster is in a good spot.
I mean, how many concussions that guy have this year?
Checked or confirmed?
Let's say, how many concussions do all football players have?
Not had like
one confirmed concussion. I think he had to be checked for a concussion 5 times.
I mean, he's almost as. I mean, he did some really dumb stuff. I mean,
but here's what I'll say.
And as soon as that running back got hurt, they started sucking. And
there's no guarantee that.
I mean, their best wide receiver was Wan'Dale Robinson. I mean, you get Malik Neighbors back. They're probably, with where they're at in the draft, they'll probably take a wide receiver 5 to give somebody some other help. But I mean, listen, like Todd Monken goes in there. I think he could do great with that, what they have offensively. The other thing too is, I mean, you look at it like Lamar Jackson was a prospect. I know he's much more athletic than Jackson Dart is, but I think, you saw what Harbaugh and his staff were able to do with Jackson. I could see definitely a repeat of that with Jackson Dart here.
Weren't the Giants?
Whoa! Well, you really think Dart's?
Weren't the Giants?
Jackson Dart could be an all-pro player.
No, we got to make a note. Mark the tape. Davey Hudson comparing Jackson Dart to Lamar Jackson.
I am comparing. You look at Lamar Jackson as a quarterback when he got into the league versus him becoming an MVP type player. It took a lot of development on that offensive staff to get him to that level.
I think what it took was there was a false narrative about that kid coming out of Louisville, and it took him a long time to prove the national media, people like, you, Mr. Big Outkick guy, that he wasn't. I mean, he was a great game. He won the Heisman Trophy.
Yes, he was, but
he's arguably better. I mean, he's a lot more, I don't know.
He was not a pocket passer in college. He didn't necessarily have to be, but you go and you look at.
Oh.
We lost him. Yeah, he just disappeared. I guess somebody was listening with his internet service provider and said, "This take is so bad, we're just going to stop your internet."
No, man. I mean, I'm looking at what am I missing? Lamar as a rookie in 2018. Yeah, he was not great. 1,200 yards passing, 58% completion percentage, and a 42.6 QBR. In 2019, he throws for over 3,000 yards, completes 66%. And an 83 QBR. Like, he was good the second season. Like, that's what good quarterbacks do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to just not about Lamar Jackson. It was more that the Titans' job is not the third best job available because you can have all the cap space and quarterback you want. You have a very bad owner.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's fair. And I just think that if you can keep her mollified, and I don't know, maybe you can't. Maybe she's always going to react emotionally to things. She is, after all, a woman.
They got rid of Vrabel because of his size.
But if you let Bergonzi and Brinker make the football decisions, I think it's attractive. Like, if they'll be stable, you've got a good quarterback prospect there in Cam Ward.
I think we got Davey back.
We do.
Yeah, they also redid the job role for Brinker, because somebody at least got in Amy's ear and told her, you're going to struggle to get a coach here if you keep this current situation, because you would have the head coach essentially like reporting to multiple people, and no coach wants to do that in that fashion. So they've essentially given Borgonzi the control as it relates to who that coach is reporting to, how that's all going to play itself out.
Was this I'm just assuming it was an internet troll I saw yesterday. Did Jeff Fisher meet with anybody there in Titans land yesterday or the past couple of days?
I would love that.
If it was not anything related for the job
That'd
itself.
Be so awesome.
No, there's like, listen, like
Fisher was Titans? Back. Oh, 50-50?
I'm a Bengals fan. I don't. I just want to see Jeff Fisher in the league. He's a fun character.
Unless he's your coach.
He's not. He wouldn't be.
Wrapping up this edition of the Voluntary Reaction, and it's been a barrel of laughs today, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you. If you're on YouTube, smash that like button, like and subscribe to the Fan Run Sports YouTube channel. We appreciate all of you tuning in, however you chose to do that. Ron Slay on Twitter says,
oh God,
that's a horrific, all caps, loss for Tennessee, up by 17, and UK walked you down in your house and talked to you about it on the way back. This is a test of will for this Volunteers team. If that bell isn't answered, this will be a long season of disappointment.
I mean, he said it better than that's. I don't know any other way you can put it. He's 100% right.
Do you all think having an entire week off is good after that loss?
No, I'd rather be back on the floor playing Tuesday.
Yeah, I think it would have been great if you had won it. I think you could.
Yeah,
you could bask in it for a minute, rest up, and then really attack some of your weaknesses with the extra practice time, and then get ready for a really tough game at Alabama a week from today. As it is, I think there's going to be a hangover. I think coaches are going to be upset. I think it's going to be a long week of practice for those guys. But Slay is right. Like, we're going to find out about this team's mettle and if they've got some toughness and if they can keep pushing.
It's gut check time.
Yeah, if they can stand up and fight, or if they just are what they are and what the fan base says they are, which is a soft, sloppy, weak, unmotivated, undisciplined team.
Yeah, now to go along with that, this just puts so much more pressure on a game that we don't know if we would have been able to win anyway in Alabama on the road in a week from now. Like now that game has so much more pressure on it just because of the last time we saw them and how much time is going to be in between. Like, if we come out, even if we look good and drop that game, it's going to be
then we're 2 games under 500.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about. That's why this one was so important to try and stay ahead of the, instead of 3-2, now we're 2-3, and that just sucks to play catch up in this conference. So I don't know. It's gut check time. I'd like to think that these guys, a Barnes team, I like to think they bow their.
Are we men or mice?
But
who's going to step across that line in the sand? By the way, did I send you guys the mashup of Three Amigos and
it was incredible
Tombstone? You like that?
Yeah,
that's good.
Did not see it.
Have you seen either the Three Amigos or Tombstone
I've
Walker?
not.
Oh wow,
God, you've got to.
Wow.
No, although I mean, I didn't see it.
What do you like better, a comedy or like a action movie?
Action movie.
Watch Tombstone first.
Yeah,
you probably don't. Val Kilmer's finest role.
You don't like westerns, right? Is that?
I don't.
You're the one who said that.
I don't go out. I don't dislike comedies or westerns. I just don't go out of my way to watch them unless like there's one that I really, really want to.
Well, one's one of the greatest westerns ever filmed, and the other one's one of the greatest comedy westerns.
More comedies than westerns with that regard. Like, I won't sit down. I never.
They're both classics.
I'm never in the mood to sit down and watch a comedy by myself.
Why not? Put you in a good mood.
I'm just not
laughing.
Every now and then I'll do, like, if I've had a long day or something and I need to go to bed, but I'm not super tired. Like, I'll just put on a classic comedy and just like kind of veg
Race. That's on my short list. Just something funny.
I rewatched The Hangovers on Netflix a couple weeks ago. Like, that was
you
fun.
know what's on one of the hit? I thought about you, Russ. History of the World.
Part 1?
Yeah. The Mel Brooks classic.
Me and my little brother watched This Is the End like a week ago. That was
so funny.
That was the first time I'd seen it.
Oh,
it was
it's so good.
Funny.
Have you seen that?
Oh.
Is that on Netflix?
Yeah, it was on Netflix.
It might still be. My favorite scene's just there's a lot of funny moments, but it's just like the cutscene of them trying to prepare the house, and there's that giant cut through the wall, and then just like slap a piece of duct tape over it. Such a minor part of the film, but I don't know.
It's all so funny.
Who's the guy who plays
Danny McBride?
Danny McBride, when he wakes up and
cook the feast.
He goes and makes all the food with the Cypress Hill playing.
Michael Cera's dead. Must not be that bad of a night.
That guy's hilarious.
They're all just really funny. Yeah, that was a good one.
Somebody, Rick Butler gave me a recommendation this morning. What is it? New action movie with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Oh,
The
I think
Rip.
that's on Netflix.
The
Yeah,
Rip.
it's a Netflix film. It came out, I believe, yesterday. I kept seeing preview. Or like,
Yeah, I didn't heard about it either.
Mm-mm.
Rick gave it 2 thumbs up. Said it's a rip-roaring action flick.
I'll take that. I like that. I don't know. Now I'm starting to feel the urge to start watching movies I haven't seen again because we only have like 7 football games left.
Yeah, and speaking of that, I got to get home and
We got to
get a
watch
few
these
bets
games.
off and watch these. Yeah,
we got to watch these.
You got
games.
5 minutes to kick off.
All right, boys. Davey, thank you, man. Great hanging with you, even though kind of sucked.
maybe one day we'll get a win on a Saturday for VR. Our next one will be our first.
I'll pencil it in for next week.
God,
Fucking brutal.
don't say that.
Brutal.
Ugh.
Anybody parting thoughts or just split? All right. Davey, thank you. Big thanks to Walker Smith. Great work by you. Thank you, Bear. I'm Russell Smith. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you Monday afternoon here on The Drive.